In January of 2022, NG Models announced their Collector's Reward Plan, otherwise known as the CRP program. Starting in 2022, collectors could buy NG models that included collector cards, which featured a code on the back of the card that could be registered on NG's website. Each card has a set amount of points that are added to a collector's account, which can be used to redeem models at little to no cost to the collector. So what's this program like? Well, I'm about to find out. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video today, and in this video I'm going to be assessing the NG Models CRP program experience. I'll be providing a brief history on the program, and then I will discuss what my buying experience was like. Without further ado, let's get into it. The CRP program had its beginnings in late December of 2021, when NG announced the program and explained the ins and outs and what collectors can expect. Starting with their January 2022 release batch, these small collector cards came with every model. The response from the collecting community was mostly positive. Later that year, NG opened the program, allowing collectors to create accounts and register their cards to accumulate points. It wouldn't be until June of 2023 when NG finally opened what they called the Exchange Mall, where these points could finally be redeemed for models. This is how it works. As a collector, you select the model you want to redeem with your points. Each model will have a different point cost. Typically, smaller models will cost less points, while the bigger planes will cost more. After that, you select the retailer you want to receive your model from. This is where NG will send the model to, of which the retailer has to confirm on their end. Essentially, the retailer acts as the middleman in this process. After the retailer receives the model, it is sent to you, a now happy collector. NG opened their third Exchange Mall run on April 1st of 2024. Thankfully, this was no joke. A couple weeks prior, I finally registered all of my cards, about a dozen or so, as I had planned on getting a model from this run since I had heard mostly positive experiences from other collectors. For this exchange run, NG advertised more than 300 unique models with over 1,500 total models available. I wanted their Aeroflot Tupolev 154B in the old colors, but it wasn't available, so I scourged the list to find another option. After assessing the full list and my point total, I decided to settle on the Icelandair 737 MAX 9 with the green tail. I have the Gemini Jet 737 MAX 8 with a blue tail, so I figured the MAX 9 would be a nice complement in my collection. The point cost for this model was 90 points, fairly reasonable for a model that was released just a year ago and proved popular since NG had done all the different colors in one release. Shortly after the Exchange Mall opened, I went back to NG's website to redeem the Icelandair MAX 9 with the green tail. I confirmed my exchange, after which NG took the necessary points from my account. I chose DG Pilot to be the middleman retailer, since they are closest to me. After that, it was all about the waiting game, as they needed to confirm the order. A couple of days later, I reached out to check the status. They assured me it would be confirmed within the next 24 hours. After a couple more days, my retailer replied and said they confirmed the order. A check on NG's website reinforced those findings. They would be sending out shipping invoices soon, meaning that they are one of the retailers to charge for shipping on CRP models. Another week had passed, and I had not yet received a label from NG. Collectors are supposed to receive them via email. After bringing this up in a post NG made about the CRP models on Instagram, they told me to contact them. After emailing them the necessary information, I finally got the label. Turns out it had been sent a couple days prior, but it never went into my inbox. Apparently, my inbox had filtered out NG's initial email, which contained the label number. After NG resent the information, I passed it along to my retailer, and later that week, I received the invoice to pay for shipping. I chose the cheapest option, spending just $6 on this model. After the payment was taken care of, I checked with numerous sources to see when NG were supposed to send out the CRP models. Initial reports stated that it was supposed to be with the April releases at the end of that month, but then it was pushed back. It wasn't until mid-June when I finally received a notification that my order was on the way. The model arrived on June 22nd, more than 11 weeks after I had confirmed my order. Alright, the NG CRP model has finally arrived after about 2.5 months or so of waiting. I'll talk more about my thoughts towards the end of this video. But as you saw, I did redeem a pretty neat looking model, the Icelandair 737 MAX 9 with the green tail, if my memory serves me right, because I have not looked at the script in a while now, and I've been doing so many other things, and we've had tons of stuff going on that we've been having to handle right now, so it's a bit unfortunate, but we're doing our best. Alright, here is the box. I'm showing the back because there is some information on there I do want to take off, but basically what I'm noticing here is that they put the label towards the bottom of the box. It has the exchange run, the redemption code, the product information, the cost of it, and then customer information, retailer information, and also a label number, which is usually like a 2 or a 3 or 4 digit number. That's what it usually is. So just something to keep in mind as you get these CRP models, which it looks like mostly everyone is starting to getting them, which is good. But yeah, this is like wrapped up in saran wrap, so I'm gonna have to remove all of this so I can get the box out. Oh, this is gonna be a little tough here, so sorry about the delay here with this video, but this is what happens when I try to do something with a free model. But okay, there we go. So now I got that all taken care of, and here is the box. Icelandair 737 MAX 9 with the green tail. This will be my first NG MAX 9, and I'll be happy to bring in my Mule 1, which is the MAX 8, since those will be the only 2 Maxes that I'll have from NG once I unbox this. Alright, here we go. Let's take a look at the box for this Icelandair 737 MAX 9. We've got Boeing 737 MAX 9 up in the top left. Lovely green gradient here, and it transitions into, I believe this is the sky blue, because NG did do all 4 colors in the same release. I'll pop up a picture of the one that NG took when they posted all the MAX 9s back when they released them. And then here is the image of the plane with Icelandair logo and the registration, Tango Foxtrot India Charlie Bravo, Boeing license disclaimer, and there's the aircraft name, which I'm not going to try to pronounce. And then the NG logo, 1 to 400 scale collectible models, die-cast metal. There's the bottom of the box, and the right side, the top side, and the left side. And then here's the back side. 89006 is the item number on this. And now this is a newer release, so this should have a collector card in here, which will be a good thing. Go ahead and remove that. There we go. Looking really nice. And we have the yellow one or so. This is from March of 2023. So this is a little bit of an older release, but still new enough to where it does contain the collector card. So let's go ahead and take a look, see how this MAX 9 turned out, and we are looking good. QC check and everything comes out nicely. Not seeing any missing pieces either, which is good. Very nice. Lovely MAX 9 from NG. And here she is, the Icelandair 737 MAX 9 with the green tail by NG. Starting off at the front, we've got the nose cone and the cockpit windows, and I'll go ahead and zoom in since I see some little details right there. Look at that. Pretty good nose cone shape there. I'm really liking it. There's a little decal there, and then we have the aircraft name again, which starts with an L. We have the nose gear door, which has the last 3 letters of the registration for the fleet code. We have the nose gear, L1 door, and then we have the Icelandair billboard titles along the passenger window lines, looking really good. There's the engines right there, which don't have the tilt like the JC ones do. And then we have the Wi-Fi dome above the R in Icelandair. And then we have the registration, Tango Foxtrot India Charlie Bravo, along with the flag of Iceland. Then we move into the Icelandair tail, which has the green tail band here. I believe Icelandair, they have like a magenta, they have a yellow one and the blue one, and then this green one as well. So they have 4 different colors, I think. There may be a couple others out there, but those are the 4 that I know of. Flip it around to the other side, we should have about the same details over here. And you can see not much else has changed on this side. There are some luggage doors. You can see 1 and 10 on the bottom. There's 2 on the top, also a couple more on the bottom there. So we have 3 on the bottom, 2 on the top. And then there's another look there at the Icelandair tail from the starboard side of the aircraft. Look at the bottom of the aircraft, you can see the registration printed on there, Tango Foxtrot India Charlie Bravo. And it is not printed on the top side, but you can see the overwing exit markings along with the various other markings on the top of the wings. Looking really good. So very nice MAX 9 here from NG. Really happy with how the product turned out. I'll just go ahead and bring in my Mule 1 MAX 8 just to compare the nose shape, just to see if there's any similarities, which it looks like it's basically identical. That's looking really good. Very, very nice. And then I'll flip it over, do the tail sections here, and you can see Looks like the Max 9 sits a little bit higher. I'm not sure if that's how it's supposed to be, but you do note the difference in the elevation with the tail section of the Max 9 compared to the 8. It also may just be my surface as well. Not exactly even. If I try to move it over just a little bit, yeah, it looks like it's pretty even. So it's just the surface area in which this model is sitting on. So that's why there's that discrepancy. But you can see there, looks a little closer on height with the tail compared to the Max 8. And that is everything I have for the model. So would I personally recommend the NG CRP program? Absolutely, but just please make sure to pack your patience because it does take a couple of months for these models to arrive. I would appreciate if they had a little more communication regarding when they're supposed to be sending out these models. It would be a little helpful to know just when they're going to have them sent out to the retailers and eventually to customers. I just think that communication would be very beneficial for the program, just so that way everyone can stay in the loop as to what's going on with NG and what their plans are, because I know they've been pumping out these massive releases as of late and they've been suffering chronic delays and just all kinds of other problems right now, but it seems like they are starting to get back on track, which is the good news. So I would just at least hope for future Exchange Mall runs, but I know that the next Exchange Mall run won't be until August, so just a couple of months from now, and I think after that, the next one will be until January of 2025. So they're very well spaced out, I'm guessing because of the amount of time it takes to get these sent out, so I can understand why they aren't doing this every single month. But then again, as I've said, with just the communication as to when they're going to send these out, it would definitely help if they improved on that a little bit, just so that we know when they're supposed to be sent out. And if there are any delays, then that also should be communicated as well with the community, just so that everyone's informed as to what's going on and what their procedure is for sending out these models, because I know it's quite complicated when you're having to send out 1,300 or so models for a free Exchange Mall thing that they're doing. To countless retailers all around the world. So I get the delays that can happen, but it does help to have that communication in there every so often. So with that being said, that is the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.